Hi guys, it's Zigzag here. So today I'm going to be opening up my first Strixhaven School of Mages draft booster. So obviously, as I just said, this is the first booster I've opened. It is from the Warhold pre-release pack, so I'm just going to go through the Warhold, then Prismari, etc. through all of them. So this is the first one from the Warhold pre-release pack. So let's begin. So these are printed in the US, so got that solved. Oh yeah, they look like US package stuff as well, so yep, that makes sense. So, yeah, no pages in here. Probably should have dusted that off a little bit first. Anyways, no pages in there yet. I have plenty on the side, so we'll throw some in. So there's 275 new cards in this, minus the showcase and promos and all of that stuff. So 275. First up, we have Witherbloom Pledge Mage. Which is number 249. So obviously I'm gonna have, at least for the first few packs, a lot of like new cards to add in, so these are gonna take a while. But first up, Witherbloom Pledge Mage, black green, 5 mana, creature, tree folk warlock, 5/5, magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you gain 1 life. Death is really just a transfer of energy. Those pests I harvested have the honor of becoming pure magic. What could be more beautiful? So, I do want to say something. So, how I'm organizing this set is the first, I think, 7 cards I'm calling colorless because they don't have a defined color that I could tell, but they were not artifacts or anything like that. So there are the first 6 cards. Then there's obviously white, black, or white, blue, black, red, and green. And then there's a section of a lot of double-faced cards, which I just created a new section for because I didn't want to deal with them. And then I go down to the multicolored cards. So if you remember from when I was doing the I think Amonkhet stuff, that had these type of cards as well, where I called them either or cards because you could use one or the other. But these were a separate section within the numbering scheme. These cards in this set are part of the entire multicolored numbering. So in order to keep with that numbering scheme, I'm just going to consider all of these multicolored cards rather than the either or cards that I did before. So just one distinction. Also, one other thing that I found interesting is this pack does not have standard lands. They have special lands, but all of the like plains, forest stuff, all of those are showcase cards that I assume only show up in the like booster bundle and that thing, but we'll see. Anyways, this is number 249, so kind of towards the back, so I'm gonna throw it on this page. Looks good. 249, so this is number 6 on the page. Next up, we have cram session. So, cram session, black, green, 2 mana, sorcery. You gain 4 life. Learn. The only thing more delicious than a top grade is Guillaume's signature cake. Okay, 170. Yeah, the multicolored sections in this pack go on for quite a while. None of the recent sets have had as many multicolored cards, but that probably also has to do with the introduction of the either or cards back into the set as well. I think, can't remember if Ravnica Allegiance had like that many, but I think Amonkhet had quite a few multicolors if I remember. I'm not positive though. Anyways, next up we have Moldering Karok, which is number 206. Moldering Karok, black, green, 4 mana, creature, zombie, crocodile, 3/3. Trample, lifelink. Necroluminescence is common among the undead creatures of Sedgemoor, giving the Midnight Swamp an eerie glow. It's comforting from a distance. Alright, that one goes in that slot. Next up we have Essence of Infusion, which goes, I don't know, here-ish, we'll go with. Essence of Infusion, 2 mana, sorcery. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It gains lifelink until end of turn. I'd say it's still a fair fight. Now my friend is about the size of your ego. Alright. This is slot number 6. Next up we have Pillar Drop Rescue. So I'm actually going to add a page for this, because this technically goes on the 3rd page. So I'm actually just going to get like the correct number of pages before this one, so that I don't have to deal with them later. Actually, I'm going to add a few more pages as well. I think that should be page 8. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think this is the correct number of pages up to the Essence Infusion. And this one would go on this page. So, we have got Pillar Drop Rescuer, 5 mana, creature, spirit cleric, 2/2, flying. When Pillar Drop Rescuer enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Gentle Hands of Stone whisk the careless from the crumbling ruins of Pillar Drop. Okay, this is slot 5, so it goes right. Oh, I put them in upside down. As I was saying, this is slot 5, so it goes right here. Next up, we have Bury in Books. Bury in Books, 5 mana, instant. This spell costs 2 mana less to cast if it targets an attacking creature. Put target creature on top of its owner's library, second from the top. Or put target creature into its owner's library, second from the top. There are no weapons allowed in the Biblioplex, but a clever mage is never truly defenseless. Alright, so this goes on this page and it goes in this slot. I do like that flavor text, it's interesting. Alright, next up we have Blood Age General. Blood Age General, 2 mana, creature, spirit warrior, 2/2. Tap. Attacking spirits get +1/+0 until end of turn. His troops took the fortress of Caerdun centuries ago, yet he fights on. Okay. This goes somewhere back here, I think. We'll just throw it on this page for now. It goes in this slot. Next up we have Leyline Invocation. Leyline Invocation, 6 mana, sorcery. Create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of lands you control. Do you still believe my work is nothing but dry, boring equations? Kairu, Quandrix Mage Student. This is 136, so I'm just going to throw a few pages in here. That should be good. I'll work out if that's the correct number later. But that's 93, so we can skip a few. 136, so this is the first slot. So right there. Next up we have Crushing Disappointment. Which goes right in front of this card. So, Crushing Disappointment, 4 mana, instant. Each player loses 2 life. You draw 2 cards. Most students could barely endure Dean Ambrose's scrutiny for a semester or 2. Most students could barely endure Dean Ambrose's scrutiny for a semester or 2. Killian lived with it his entire life. Okay. Next up we have Elemental Summoning. This goes I think one more. As I get more cards, I'll get these actually like hammered out correctly, but I'm just kind of guessing at this point. Elemental Summoning, blue-red, 5 mana, sorcery, lesson. Create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token. You've made a splash, now show me a torrent. Uvilda, Prismari Dean. So this one goes on this page, right in this slot. Yep. Next up we have Reduced to Memory. Which goes way back here. right here. So reduce to memory, reduce to memory, 3 mana, sorcery, lesson. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. Do not flinch from studying the horrors of the past. History's most important lessons are cloaked in terror and tragedy. Augusta, Warhold Dean. Okay. Next up, we have Honor Troll. I do like this one because it's a play on like Honor Roll, except Honor Troll. I think it's cute. Anyways, 136. This one goes right here, I think. I mean, it'll work out in the end, but it does go 2 before that one. Anyways, Honor Troll. 3 mana, creature, troll druid. 2/3. Vigilance. If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead. Honor Troll gets +2/+1 as long as you have 25 or more life. First in his clan to attend Strixhaven, and now first in his class. Interesting. Alright. Next up we have, oh, that was an uncommon, by the way. I haven't been keeping track of what I've been drawing close enough. So anyways, that was an uncommon. The lesson was an uncommon. Okay, so the reduced to memory lesson was an uncommon. This one was an uncommon. Next up we have Zimone, Quandrix Prodigy, which is also an uncommon, and it goes right after the Witherbloom Pledge Mage. So, Zimone, Quandrix Prodigy, blue-green, 2 mana, legendary creature, human wizard, 1/2. 1 mana and tap. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. 4 mana and tap. Draw a card. If you control 8 or more lands, draw 2 cards instead. What are they complaining about? It's not like axiomatic leyline paratrigonometrics is hard. Axiomatic leyline paratrigonometrics. Okay. It's quite a mouthful. Anyways. For the rare card, we have Kiana, Dean of Substance. This is one of the double-sided cards from that section, around 150. So it goes after these two. So 145. So 152 should actually place it right here. So Kian, Dean of Substance, 3 mana, legendary creature, elf druid, 2/2. Tap. Exile the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, put a steady counter on it. 4 mana, or 5 mana, sorry. Create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on it for each different mana value among non-land cards you own in exile, with steady counters on them. Okay. That's interesting. On that backside we have Imbraham, Dean of Theory. 4 mana, legendary creature, bird wizard, 3/3. Flying. X mana, tap. Exile the top X cards of your library and put a study counter on each of them. Then you may put a card you own in exile with a study counter on it into your hand. Okay. That's interesting also. Not sure how the study mechanic is going to work. Alright, next up we have STA, which I don't know offhand what that is. Strixhaven Archives, I'd guess. Strixhaven Mystical Archives. Alright. So there are actually tokens. There's only 9 tokens? Okay. That changes things. Oops. I did not want to click that. So there's only 375, so we're going to go. Sorry about that. Do that and that for these as well. Uh, 63 of these. Oops, wrong thing. Okay, good. That looks acceptable. Okay, so this is Strixhaven Mystical Archive number 51, Cultivate. Which is green. Kind of curious if these are going to be like an every pack thing or if I just got lucky on this one. But anyways, this is going to go in the end. Throw it right here for now. So Cultivate, 3 mana, sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards, put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. You'd be amazed how much a single plant has to teach you. Lisette, Witherbloom Dean. I really like the art on this. It's a really nice departure from what Wizards normally looks like. Really feels like a nice beginning to a set. Alright, next, or for the final card, we have Token 2, Elemental. So this goes right there. Elemental, token creature, elemental, 4/4. It looks like I forget what they're called, but oryx or like some type of deer or stag like thing dancing around made of like fire and ice. Interesting art. Anyways, that goes there. So that is everything from the pack. No duplicate cards since it's the very first pack. So yeah, that was the first draft booster of the Strixhaven School of Mages set. That was from the Warhold pre-release pack, draft booster number 1 from there. Anyways, I'm Zigzag. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.